Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Clone Wars, you guys. I'm really excited to get even further into this season. If you're joining me early today, you already know what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, all right, guys, I did realize, find out after the fact last episode that it was indeed another kind of flashback episode out of chronological order. I suspected as much once we started dealing with the subject matter. And yes, I do get everyone who has been telling me that the viewing, the airing order, the release order is a little bit on the confusing side. I could definitely see that. I think it's a little bit easier for me watching it so much later because I am aware of the fact that there will be some episodes out of order. So if something starts to look familiar, I can be like, oh, okay, we're going back now, aren't we? Whereas, like, I can only imagine when people were first, like, watching this as it was airing and there was no info. Like, there was, you know, you couldn't just, like, look it up real quick after you're done watching the episode and be like, huh, what was that supposed to take place there? You know, people must have been like, what is happening? And it occurred to me right before I started my camera up that so far in season 3, we have not gotten an episode that isn't like out of chronological order. So I really don't even know what we're going to be dealing with in this season yet. Everything I've seen of the season has been they're going back and addressing things that happened before. So I'm still like technically, like I'm in season 3, but I don't know what's happening past the story at like its last current point, you know what I mean? So I almost kind of feel like I haven't started the season yet. So I'm like, come on, the anticipation is too much. Yeah. I want to know like what's happening at this time. Although there have been a few instances where things happened out of order, but they weren't as I feel like they were not as pronounced because it was, oh, well, technically this happened before this story, but you wouldn't really know that if you were watching the story. It's not like nothing in it was like, oh, hey, that's kind of familiar. Like, I think one of them, there was one way, way, way back when with Yoda, and it was technically, like, out of order. But since they don't really reference anything that I knew about happening before, if that makes any sense, it didn't really occur to me till somebody pointed it out. But this stuff definitely, like, yeah, I'm definitely seeing the, like, last episode especially, I'm like, I feel like we did this. I feel like this all sounds really familiar. So I have no idea if the one that I'm going into today is going to be another flashback or if we're actually picking up with the current story. But how about we jump right on in and find out, guys. Next episode, Clone Wars. Let's go. Oh, yeah.
Chairman of Pandora, Baron Papanoida, is caught in a deadly political game.
Okay, so this takes place after that.
I beg the Senate to listen to our pleas. Ignore the Trade Federation's feeble attempt to paint this as a domestic financial issue and allow us to resume trade.
Oh, well, I think she's getting through. So this takes place after that one we saw, okay. So we are kind of jumping around, maybe?
We need more time. The Senate will vote in our favor, I'm sure of it.
Can't do clear on the separatists are promising immediate aid and a resolution to the blockade.
Don't do it.
I'm not suggesting we join them.
No.
Certainly.
Everything we've
I
seen.
merely point out that the wheels of democracy are moving too slowly.
There are Pantorans rallying for us to leave.
They're not
the Republic
wrong.
and join the Separatists.
We cannot give up on the Republic, Senate.
But the Separatists always double-cross, too. Like, we've seen that. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen that in the past. Like, they'll say, yeah, we're going to come in and we're going to help you out and everything. And then, like, it never turns out that way.
What's wrong with the lights?
Uh-oh.
Did you see
Oh,
that?
poop.
It's not just the
They're-
shadows playing tricks.
Oh no, someone's gonna hurt his family. Please don't hurt his family.
Don't tell me you're afraid of the dark.
Oh god.
Chi?
Chi?
Chi,
Good lord.
stop fooling around.
Did they kidnap? Is it a sheep?
My father's a powerful man.
Stop. You're coming with us.
Oh, they're kidnapping them. What?
Hurry, let's go.
Okay. They're kidnapping them.
It reminds me far too much of Naboo's unscarred history.
Well, that
yeah,
blockade
I could see
wasn't
that.
bad. It's the reason I met you, after all.
Oh,
They have a unique way of looking at things, Annie.
Senator Amidala.
if it hadn't been for that blockade.
Ahsoka?
Someone has kidnapped Chairman Papanoida's daughters.
I was
Poop.
afraid something like this would happen. Anakin,
The Jedi can't get involved. This is a job for the local police.
I'm not so sure local authorities can...
Master, if the Jedi can't officially get involved, let me do this on my own. Senator Chuchi is a good friend of mine.
No, with the Separatists involved, I guess it gives you cause to investigate. Go help Senator
Investigate.
Chuchi, but don't get in the way of the local. I need to go back to the Jedi Temple and make sure the Council doesn't find out about your little expedition.
Should you really...
He needs covered up.
Approval?
We do it all the time, don't we, Snips?
Yep.
Well, be careful, Ahsoka.
Oh
I
my.
believe they let you teach.
My condolences.
Anakin's totally that professor that has tenure that just does whatever he wants. Only he kind of doesn't.
Fine, she equates.
But he still does. Oh no, don't tell me.
Find anything?
We've completed a thorough
No!
search of the apartment, Chairman.
Not this guy.
My daughter's lives are in your hands, Inspector.
You have nothing to worry about.
You're in
Chairman.
trouble.
We are in complete control of the situation.
Someone get Padme on this. Someone get Padme on this investigation. She did a way better job last time. Oh my god, it's like a reunion up in here.
Look here, the icon of the moon goddess. It should be up on the shrine with the others.
Because the one took it and was gonna wallop somebody with
Now,
it.
a minute, what's this? Blood. It must be what they used to fight off their attackers. But the kidnappers didn't know to put it back in the right place.
Oh, fingerprints maybe?
Information retrieval. I need you to match this blood sample against known galactic criminals.
Oh, blood. It was okay. It was the blood of the kidnappers.
Rodeo.
There we
Says
go.
here his name's Greedo.
Looks like he's based on Tatooine.
Then what are we waiting for?
Oh man.
I bring word from the chairman of Pintura.
The chairman has finally decided to agree to our terms.
Not exactly. The chairman
Nope.
wants to inform you of an impending... If that were the case, would you remove your blockade of Pintura?
If that were the case, the chairman would have to go to the Senate and renounce the Republic. Then we could discuss how quickly we can resume commerce.
Very well. I shall contact the chairman. We can discuss the finer details of the terms later this evening.
Agreed. Now you and your servant may stay as our honored guests. Come
This
way
is the
to
real
your
plan.
rooms.
Look at Ahsoka in her cloak, though. Oh my god! Is that who I think it is? He's like, whatever. Jabba's like, don't play with your food, son. And he was like, fine, I won't smash a little fly. I'll just eat them. Is that stinky? Oh my god, guys.
However, I object to the kidnapping.
The chairman's children.
Well, there you go.
Besides, they're well taken care of.
Yes, but why on my ship?
What was that?
Oh, poop. This is her first time being stealthy. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm sure.
They moved just in time.
Something.
Ah! Oh! No! Oh my god, don't drop her!
With this
Well, baby, there you
Oh, okay, they're together.
Pantorans.
They must have found some evidence. We'll have to settle things more permanently.
Okay. Here we go.
The detention block is closed to visitors. Move along.
Oh my god, no. She's...
You will let me pass.
Is it gonna work?
I will let you pass.
It worked! Wow, way to go!
I'm sorry, the detention
Oh,
block is closed to visitors.
Dang it. Wait, Ahsoka, do it again. Oh, dang it. Be specific, sweetie.
Let us both pass.
I will let you both pass.
Okay. He did, but he didn't sound too sure. Let's get this done because, oh boy. Oh, wow, that's cool. It didn't even occur to me she hadn't used it before.
I don't want to die on this dust bowl.
We won't have to.
Oh, he came prepared.
Not something I can just turn on or off.
Uh-oh.
Just have to keep looking.
Sir, we have
Oh, no.
intruders in the detention area.
Father, yourself, I know you understand that I will do anything to get them back safely.
Oh, little
Evidence
stinky.
that Greedo is responsible, which means that either you are behind it or Greedo is working for someone else. Since we are friends, Java, I know you would never do such a thing.
No, no, he's lying.
We found blood at the scene of the crime. If it matches
It was-
Greedo's, it will prove he is the kidnapper.
Wait, no, it's all lies.
He doesn't sound happy.
One of them is here at Mos Eisley. She's safe, I assure you.
Take us there.
Okay, so that's where...
It's a long story. Where's your sister? I don't know. We were separated.
Okay. Makes sense that they wouldn't keep them both in the same place in case something like that happened.
Find my sister. Nice and easy.
You think
That voice sounds familiar.
with you? Go get the prisoner.
Oh, like everyone was in on it.
We're going to have to move the prisoner.
On whose orders?
God,
Oh!
he contacted me at Jabba's palace.
Why did he contact you? And who knows too?
Everyone's like, I'm out of here.
Of the dread.
Father!
Father?
Oh, here we go. I gotta say, the dad is very capable. Like, I was kind of worried about them coming in here. Oh, well, so, and you know what? So is Sis. She is also capable. But, like, the dad is just... What is his story? Because he's holding his own here against, like, a lot of shady characters. Oh, no! Watch out! Oh, not today. Nice! Wow.
What is the meaning of this?
You've been holding the chairman of Pantor's daughter as a hostage.
What? Sibkane, what is she talking about?
He's like, what?
My little data.
We are businessmen. We deal in trade and commerce.
Yes.
Guys,
Perhaps your business
heard
is
you.
more profiteering.
How dare
Hmm.
I dare, but I doubt the rest of the Senate will.
blackmail?
No. Business.
Mm-mm.
I could, of course,
Oh!
to defend your unfortunate circumstances to the Senate. That is, if this blockade ended.
Oh!
I can do. It was Sib Kane, acting on his own accord, who kidnapped the
Hey.
children of Chairman Papanoida. In good faith, we have returned them to him. And also, as a gesture of friendship, we
As a
are
gesture of
removing
friendship.
our blockade and reopening trade with the Pantorans.
Oh, man. See, I'm really proud of her because when we first saw her, she was very new to kind of like the inner workings of politics. Oh, that was so good, you guys. So I'm not sure if that was a flashback one or not, because I feel like maybe some time had passed since the whole thing we saw with, I think they said her name was Chuchi. I feel like maybe some time had passed, so it's possible that we're like back at current. We're just going back and like revisiting a story or a character from a story in the past, or it could be out of order. I'm honestly not sure, but the vibe I got from that is that a little bit of time had passed since it wasn't like, okay, immediately following the events of that episode. Actually, I think it was 2 episodes that we saw them in. But I am really proud of her because, like, I feel like the first time we saw her, she kind of needed a lot of kind of guidance, and she was sort of like a little bit unsure of herself, and she was kind of being led by oh my God, remember the individual we saw in those episodes who was just like so like, I don't even know what his problem was. He was just like determined to like go on the offensive. But we saw her kind of like not manipulated, but she really like, she was very young and she didn't know a lot about kind of the inner workings of how to like get things done in a position of power. And I gotta say, I'm proud of the girl. She was pretty wily in this, kind of using the situation to her advantage, and not only like obviously saving the daughters was priority, but making sure that like, hey, if you really don't want things to turn out really badly for you because of what you've done, you could always help us out. We could come to an understanding. And I even saw Ahsoka back there like, heck yeah, girl, make it work. So good. So that was really fun. I'm glad we got to kind of revisit. So again, I think that we're back up to current, but at the very least, we're going back and revisiting some characters that we already know. Even the inspector guy was in there again. I'm like, as soon as they said police investigation, I'm like, no, it couldn't be. It couldn't be. Of course it was. Of course it was. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that they did that. I do believe that a lot of the reason we're getting kind of revisiting some older stories, this is just what I've heard, I'm not positive about this, but is because they were able to get a little bit more feedback on what people enjoyed from the previous seasons, and now they were able to expand upon it a little bit more. So I'm glad that we did that. That was a fun story. I don't know if it's gonna have like a second part or not. I don't know if we're gonna be revisiting any of that in the next episode, but I am glad that we kind of went back and did a little like, where are they now? What's going on with them now? Also getting the little references to how Anakin and Ahsoka are like constantly doing things that they shouldn't be doing was fun, with a little asterisk next to it, because like knowing how things turn out, you're like, ooh, I can see how maybe some of these some of the issues that could become more serious later on, you know, they kind of, you could see how like even the show kind of takes him as like, oh, it's just ha ha ha, it's just him being him, and it is, except, you know, eventually we know where that's headed, and that is sad. But wow, that was just like a fun little one-off reference to how like, hey, shouldn't you get permission first? Nah, we're always doing stuff like this. Oh boy. So, all right, guys, great episode, a lot of fun. Are we going to keep it going with just like kind of fleshing out more stories from characters that we've seen in the past? I don't know. I honestly, we even had Jabba's kid in this one. So we just had like a little reunion. So I'm not sure if we're going to keep doing that for a while. I'm assuming that at some point season 3 is going to have a little bit more of a like coherent flow to it, like the other seasons, but I don't know. Maybe season 3 is just all going back and doing, you know, I mean, it's not like we're following such, I don't feel like Clone Wars is a show where they do everything kind of like serialized in arcs. So they do have a little bit of wiggle room to like go back and do stuff like this. It's not like, you know, I can think of some shows where, okay, well, we have kind of this long running story and each season we're focusing on like one, you know, each season is kind of its own story, is the way a lot of shows kind of take shape nowadays. And Clone Wars has never really been like that. Certainly there have been some longer running arcs that are like highlights, I think, of the seasons. But they do have some space to like, if they want to go back and just do a bunch of 1 and 2 part, hey, we're going to go back and we're just going to be set in this time now, or we're going to go dig up this character now and do something with them. They kind of have the leeway to do it. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out, guys. That was great. I very much enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.